Technology, sports, music, fashion.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Pacific Beach Street. I'm Sammy Sosa, and I'm starving. What's for lunch, girls?
Talofa, I'm Khalia. As well as checking out V8 supercars and finding out about food safety, I'm making everyone coastal sandwiches.
Malolile, I'm Corinne. Today I find out about traditional Chinese theatre, but right now I am so hungry. I would even eat this if I knew what it was.
Kia ora, I'm Mike, and I can show you how to cook that aubergine, Corinne. Aubergine? I thought that was an eggplant, sorry.
That's right, son. It's an aubergine. Not only that, but I will now fulfill my role as hunter-gatherer of the flat and find some food to feed us all. I think a freshwater delicacy might do the trick.
Hey, make sure there's enough for the band Red Line, who are coming on later on in the show.
No worries. Corinne, get my gun.
Technology.
Prawns have always been a delicacy to most people, considered an aphrodisiac by some and labelled simply as a big shrimp to others. So what are they, and more importantly, why farm them? We're here at the Huka Prawn Park in Taupo, the only prawn park in New Zealand, to find out.
We're here with Steve, one of the main biologists at the Huka Prawn Park. Steve, why is it the only prawn park in New Zealand?
Well, it's pretty simple, really. Just over to our right, we have a large geothermal power station.
Yep.
And it produces a lot of hot water, and the prawns need warm water, so they're used to a temperature about 28 degrees Celsius, which is nice and warm.
So the water comes down this pipe, and where does it go?
Well, the water comes down the pipe and over here.
Yep.
Up there, around there, and through those two big blue heat exchangers.
Okay.
And that's what sucks the heat out of the water. It comes out here, and we put it in the hot water stream, which is down here. So this is cooled down. This is quite safe to touch now. Before the heat exchangers, that's really hot.
So you take the water out here, and the heat goes through there into the prawn farm.
Yep.
What's the first stage in the prawn process?
Well, the first stage is called the hatchery, and that's where we grow the little baby prawns.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look.
Let's go.
So this is where the mama prawns and daddy prawns get it on.
Yeah.
So when the mother prawn is pregnant, how many can she carry?
She can carry lots, 80,000. She holds on to those babies for about 2 weeks.
Yep.
And then the babies swim away.
How do you collect them?
We collect them in a special room with a bright light, and the little prawns think that that bright light is the full moon. Oh. And they swim towards it, and we're waiting for them with a net.
And where do you take them from there?
We put them in this tank over here.
Yep.
And that's where we grow them.
They're tiny. How many you got inside there?
Oh, only 1 million.
At this age, what do they eat?
They get really spoiled. We cook them mussels and scrambled eggs.
Just like get them in the mouth. What happens next?
They go from this tank into our nursery.
This is the nursery, AKA prawn preschool. How big do they get to in here?
In the nursery here, the prawns can grow up to 5 centimetres long, and that takes about 2 months. Now, we hand feed them. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, sweet.
OK, mate. Hold your hand out.
Are they going to bite?
Yeah, probably. Just put your hand under the water, and they'll come to you.
Oh, my God. It's like having ants all over my hand. It's kind of creepy.
These are the ponds where all the Mac Daddy prawns get harvested from. Now, you've got me in these gorgeous togs.
Yeah, mate.
What are we going to be doing here?
What we're going to do, we're going to jump in there and try and have a look at a prawn.
Right.
In its natural habitat.
With our hands?
Yeah, you can do it with your hands. I'll use this net.
All right, sweet, let's go.
OK, mate.
This is Prawn Hunting 101. How to catch a prawn when you can't see them. You weren't scared of prawns when you first started doing this, were you?
I was terrified, and I still am.
So there's prawns all around us.
Yeah, we're surrounded.
I can't see them. How big are they?
They're about that long.
Okay.
And they're almost ready to be harvested.
And we're safe in these? They're not going to bite?
Yeah, you're fairly safe.
So how many have you got in the whole pond?
Yeah, there's about 35,000 in this pond. Gonna lift this up real far. Go like that.
Oh, we got a prawn.
Can I hold her or is it not good?
Feel free, mate. Just hold her on the back like you do with a crab. She won't bite you.
She's gorgeous. Is this how you normally harvest them? Walk around with a net, pull them out?
Nah, this is way too hard. When we harvest the prawns properly, we cheat and we just drain all the water out of the pond and then go around and pick all the prawns up off the bottom.
All 30,000 of them?
All 30,000 of them. We do one pond every week.
30,000 prawns a week?
Yep.
And where does that go to?
99% of those prawns, they get eaten in our restaurant.
I've got to get some prawns for my flatmates back at the house. These 3 probably aren't enough. Is there a better way of catching them?
Well, I suppose you could try prawn fishing.
Oh. It's really real simple. It's just boots. Okay, I'm sweet.
I've got my ox heart bait, little bucket of water, fishing pole. There's a whole lot more to the process of farming prawns than I ever imagined, but it's all gonna be worthwhile when I get this little dude and all his mates back to the barbie at the Whale. I'll see you then. Hello. Say hello. Hello.
Welcome back to Pacific Beach Street. We've got the medical officer of the Public Health Board coming, so I'm making him a sandwich to put his mind at ease.
What is it?
It's my famous chicken and coleslaw sandwich.
Nice.
Sam, hurry up. The health inspector man's gonna be here soon and you're gonna make us look bad.
From cooking an umu to pouring water on 2-minute noodles, everyone prepares food. But by doing this incorrectly, we expose ourselves to health risk and infection. So how can we avoid this? And is my sandwich up to scratch? Let's find out. Hi.
Morning, Khalia. How are you?
Good, thank you. Guys, this is Dr. Greg Simmons. He's from the Auckland Public Health Service. Greg, I made your sandwich. Hope you like it.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Just one issue, though. I'm keen to know where my food comes from. So do you mind if we have a little look at the kitchen?
Sure, it's this way. Come on.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so here's the rejected sandwich.
Don't take it personally. I'm sure you've done your best here.
Greg, why is food safety important?
Food safety is important because New Zealand has a very high level of foodborne illness. So that's vomiting and diarrheal type illness, over 200,000 cases every year in this country.
Wow.
And it costs many millions of dollars to our economy. And almost half of that illness is due to poor food handling at home. All you really need to remember is the 4 C's: clean, cook, cover and chill. The first C is a very important one.
Clean.
And we look at your hands first. You need to wash for 20 seconds and dry for 20 seconds. And 20 seconds is about 2 verses of Happy Birthday. So raw meat is often contaminated with bugs that can make you sick. And what you want to do is to keep that away from foods that are ready to eat.
So no mixing.
Yep. And what I do at home is to have 2 chopping boards. So I've got one chopping board for raw meats and a second chopping board for foods that are ready to eat.
So we've got clean. What's the next C?
Cook. What we recommend there is to make sure that your pork and your poultry is cooked well through. So, you know, stab it with a knife, make sure the juices run clear and there's no pinkness. The next C is cover. You're covering things and putting them in the right part of the fridge?
Mainly. Ta-da!
Well, you've got a few issues here. If you're going to use Glad wrap, it needs to be watertight. This is a problem, and that's because chicken can have a bug called Campylobacter on the outside of it. If it leaks onto foods that are below, and there's a possibility here because although that has got Glad wrap on it, it's open. The raw chicken should be below foods that are ready to eat. So I'd be putting it in here. Okay.
So the 4th C must be chill. Is our fridge at the right temperature?
Well, just by chance I have a thermometer here. They're pretty cheap to buy.
Doctor, is it?
And your thermometer should be reading between 2 and 4 degrees. Foods left out at room temperature for a couple of hours can result in germs doubling in number. So put it into the refrigerator.
Like 3 weeks ago.
So that's almost old enough to vote in food terms, so that can go.
And apples.
Yep, they're all fine.
Alright.
So you will have some food left after this process, I can assure you.
Oh, that's good. Thank you so much for your practical tips and advice. If you want more information, check out the website below. We'll see you later.
Do you mind if I go and wash my hands?
Go wash my hands too. Let's go.
You look so hot right now, Aubergine. I know! It's hella scary out there in the kitchen with all the germs. No, girl, you gotta stick around because after the break, Khalia's going to V8 racing. Yeah!